Did you miss me? 'Cause we are back, that's right. With the bad singing, we're back. Hey, super fun last week. Super fun, super fun, super fun. My company does something called Sabbath weeks. We do something called Sabbath weeks, and so every 7 weeks, roughly, we're going to get into this in just a little bit, but every 7 weeks, roughly, we take the week off. As a company, we just kind of shut it down. Everybody does whatever they need to do. Dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, go get your tags on your vehicle, vacation with the fam, vacation by yourself, whatever it is, whatever the things that you want to do. We just kind of shut it down because what I saw and what I realized and the decision that I made is that we can give people time off, which is great, but usually most people can't take time off with the people that they work with, right? Because if I'm off, you've got to cover. If you're off, you've got to cover, so on and so forth. So instead of just giving people 7 weeks off a year, which that alone is amazing, but instead of just giving people 7 weeks off a year, we decided we'll just kind of shut the whole thing down. And then that way there's no stress, no pressure, no guilt. Oh, I'm off work, but everybody else is in there grinding. Like, we kind of remove the pressure, remove the guilt, create an opportunity for people to go on trips or vacations or whatever together so that they can continue to build that camaraderie as a team. And so last week was one of those. All that to say, last week was one of our 7 Sabbath weeks that we have every year. And so for this show, to make sure that we don't let any of you down, or so that we can continue to hold you accountable, is last week we ran replays of old shows. And in those replays, I chose some of my favorite interviews, some of the favorite people that I interviewed. But most interesting for me, it's like going back in time. The interviews were great. The content, amazing. First interview with Heather Parody, you guys got to see that. Interview with Eric Thomas, my first time interviewing Eric Thomas. Couldn't even barely see him on the screen because it was so dark, because he was driving in a car going to his next speaking gig. Then there was Brian Benstock, one of my early interviews with Brian Benstock, who's also become a good friend of mine. Adi Arizini, we had that interview, which was amazing. And then there's one I'm missing on Monday. Somebody will probably drop it in the comments. But we had a bunch of interviews, which was great. It was just an amazing, amazing week. So I hope you enjoyed that. And on that note, I am back, and we are live, and we are going to lock in. So let's roll. Good morning, and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. Husband to 1, father to 9, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday, March 16th. If you can believe it, we're already at March 16th. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, March 16th, 2026. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where yesterday was a beautiful, beautiful day. Yesterday we were sitting at 71 degrees. Today it is 40 degrees right now outside. 40 degrees right now. And right now is the warmest it is going to be for the rest of the day. It is 40 right now. We are working our way to 27 degrees. That's right. It's going to be 27 degrees today after a beautiful, 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 beautiful day yesterday. It's also, today is going to be warmer than tomorrow. Tomorrow we're dropping down even lower. It's going to be super, super cold tomorrow. And then, of course, it's going to be 77 degrees again this weekend. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. We had good temperatures. We're going to drop down to some freezing temperatures. And then we're jumping back up to the 70s, high 70s, almost 80 degrees this weekend, which is amazing. So you can tell by the weather that we're headed towards, or we are in the middle of spring, right? You can tell by the weather that we're in spring. You can also tell by the airports that we're in spring. Check this out.
Allison Martinez here at the Austin Bergstrom International Airport. Behind me, you can see we are seeing extremely long lines for all travelers here. The Austin Airport says that they're expecting more than 35,000 travelers. So get here 2.5 to 3 hours early.
2.5 to 3 hours early to get to the airport, even if you're TSA pre, like this guy, even if you got a little bit of clear, like this guy, longer lines at the airport. So the weather tells us it's spring. The airports also tell us it's spring because we're talking about millions of people that are flocking to the party cities of America as spring break is officially here, my friends. That's right. Spring break is officially here. 171 million people between March 1st and April 30th will go on some sort of spring break trip this next 60 days. 19% of all Americans will plan to go on a trip sometime over this next 60 days, with an average spend increasing over the years to $5,600 per person. $5,600 per person when you rope in airfare, when you rope in hotel costs, when you rope in the food, when you rope in the excursions and the events and the excitement and so on and so forth. They're saying $5,600 per person. Now, they are saying that for the college crowd, it's about $1,080 per person. But interestingly enough, it's no longer, spring break is no longer just about the college kids. That's what's gotten crazy, right? That's what's kind of cool. They're now saying that in today's day and age, spring break is a multi-generational type thing. They got grandpa, grandma coming in, doing their thing. Right? Everybody's hitting the beach. Everybody's hitting the sunny cities. Grandma and grandpa out there getting it with the kids and the grandkids and everybody else in between. And where are they going? They're going to places like Hawaii. Now, that's expensive. You want to go to Hawaii? That's going to cost you a few dollars. They're going to Sarasota, Florida. They're going to Panama City, Florida. I didn't even know Tampa is like the number 4 spot for spring break. Tampa. I didn't know Tampa was that big of a spring break spot, but apparently it's like number 4. And then there's this place called Asheville, North Carolina. And apparently Asheville, North Carolina is a big spring break spot too. You've got some people that go out to the beach, and then you've got other people that like to be in the areas that have mountains and so on and so forth. It's kind of split across the board, interestingly enough. So what is it? What's the draw? What is it about this time of year that people are willing to take a mortgage payment or a couple mortgage payments per person, go out on a trip, go get wild, got grandma and grandpa dancing on the dance floor? Like, what is it? Why this time of year? Why the response from humans? This week, we're going to look at that. This week, we're going to look at it a little bit from a different angle. We're going to look at spring break a little bit differently. Not just the parties, not just the parties and the beaches and the sun and all of that type of thing. No. We're going to look at it a little bit different. But before we do, you know what we got to do on this show? I didn't pick music. Let's see if I got time to do this real quick. Let's go media files, stock video. Then let's go to music. I want to go to music. Let's type in spring break. See if we can get some spring break type music. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get here. Now that seems all too slow. You guys probably can't hear it yet until I do it. I got to find good music for Ramon. All right, Spring Break Club. Let's try this. Uh-oh. Here we go. There it is. Found it. I found our spring break music for the week right here. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. There we go. For some reason in my head, immediately it's like boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. Also, Facebook is suppressing the feed big time. They might be mad at me because I restreamed all them videos last week. I think they're mad at me. I had to re-authenticate when I logged back in today. I think they're a little angry. So we need you to hit that share button. We need you to tag all the people that you know normally come in and watch this show. We need you to do all of those things. Even if you're on replay, tag your friends, hit that share button, all right? I need the help. I need your help. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and I need you to sing good morning to me. Whether you're watching this show live or you're watching on replay, I need you to say what's up, all right? Can you say what's up? You can say what's up. Here, let's do this. Yeah, we'll keep it going with that right there. All right, good morning, Patricia Frudenberg. Thank you for being here with me today. I greatly appreciate it. Trisha Rue is in the building. How you doing, Trisha Rue? Thank you for being here. And my friends over there on Breakfast with Champions, over there on Clubhouse, thank you for being here as well. Kevin Masciantonio, he was just singing too. He was like, boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Adrian Barker is in the building. Thank you for being here, Adrian. Nathaniel Banks, what's up, Mr. Banks? Great to see you. Marla Michelle is in the building as well. Melvin Rodriguez. What's up, Mr. Melvin Rodriguez? Thanks for being here. Bill Harrison is in the building. How you doing, Bill? Dude, your energy freaking jacks me up every single time. Tanya Robinson is in the building. Thanks for being here, Tanya. Paulina Jacoby is in the building. Robert Pollard is in the building. Good morning, good morning. Miss Liza Myers-Borges out there dancing in the streets on her run. Maybe. I'm not confident. I don't know. It's pretty dark out there. It's a time change. Are you out running right now, Liza, in the dark, or do you wait a little bit? Alexandria Nicole is in the building. Thanks for being here, Alexandria. Kevin Pack is in the building. Kat Perez is in the building. Michael Barrett is in the building. Thanks for being here, Michael. I greatly appreciate it. Maria Lind is in the building. Mr. Mike Larkin is in the building. Young Johnson is in the building. Jody Tibbs is in the building. Rich Pintry is in the building. Did you miss me? I need to know. Did you miss me? Yes or no? Oswald Joseph Biename is in the building. Yeah, the music that Ramon can rap to. That's right. Ramon Ray is in the building. Michelle Gravely is in the building. Great to see you. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. I did. I missed you. It's interesting when I take my weeks off, sleep changes a little bit. I'll stay up a little bit later than normal. I won't set an alarm, just kind of let my body do its thing. And one day I stayed up watching some silly show, and I was up till like 1:30 in the morning or something like that, 2 o'clock in the morning, which is not an age. Now, I'm at an age where there's no reason I should be up that late, but I was up that late, and the next day I slept till like 7:30 in the morning or something, and I slept till like 7:30, and dude, I felt like a crazy person all day. Like I was like, holy smokes. How does anyone get anything done waking up at 7:30 in the morning. Now, I understand you're retired, right? You're retired. You're good. You ain't got nowhere you got to be that day. Like, whatever. Totally get it. For a guy that operates a business and has 9 kids and has, a lot of different things kind of going on, dude, waking up at 7:30 in the morning, I just felt like I couldn't get anything done. I could not get anything done. I sat down, I wrote down one gratitude, right? I sat down, I wrote down one gratitude. And when I wrote down my first gratitude, then all of a sudden, like one of my kids came into the room, and then my wife needed something, and then my phone starts blowing up. I'm like, oh my God. So my perfect streak, my perfect streak with my Morning 5 app, right? We have an app now where you can track your streaks, use your points to get 800% gear and rise and grind gear, which they'll be, for those of you that have been rolling with us in the beta, that'll be rolling out here in the next month. You'll be able to use those points. But we have this app, right? Morning 5 app. You can download it from Android or iPhone or whatever. And I went into my phone and I lost my perfect streak. I lost my perfect streak because I jumped on my phone. Like, I wrote down a gratitude, but then my wife was calling, and then this came in, and then there was a message from someone. Next thing you know, I'm on my phone, so I couldn't check off that I didn't touch my phone first thing in the morning. I lost my perfect streak. I had like a 60-something day perfect streak or whatever. I lost it. But, dude, I just do not understand how you can possibly go out and take on the world if you're waking up at like 7:30 in the morning, unless you got like a night job, right? Then I totally get that. But man, it was just completely, it was a great reminder. It was a great reminder. Also, what was a great reminder is we have this Facebook group, 800%.life. If you're not a part of that, jump in the Facebook group. Some of the 800% offline events. So if you're new around here, 800%.life, we are not just an online community, we're an offline community as well. We have ambassadors all around the country that are putting together events. They're putting together events to bring people together in real life. So it's like, yeah, I watch the show. Yeah, I'm a part of the group. Yeah, I've got the Morning 5 app. Yeah, I've got my planner, whatever. Cool. Let's all come together like-hearted individuals. Let's come together, do some events, and so on and so forth. And so make sure you're a member of that group. That's where they'll post some of these different events. I did see Amy Hitch recently posted that she had an event. I'm not sure if she had it this past weekend or she has it coming up. But she has an event that she posted in there. Just make sure you're engaging with that group. Make sure you're a part of that group, and let's continue to connect offline if that's okay with you. Is that cool? All right, cool. All right, well, we're in a new series. So every week on this show, I typically have a new series, kind of a theme, something that we're talking about overall. And we're in a new series on this show called Spring Break. And let's dive in.
Oh, yeah, this is the moment. Living for the sun, having so much fun.
This is the moment, living for the sun, having so much fun. Listen, also last week was our Sabbath week, but there was a couple things that I needed to do a little bit work-wise. And so last week I did go to Baltimore. I went to Baltimore and had the opportunity to speak to all of the GMs for the Oarsman Automotive Group organization. These guys are pretty incredible group. They've got 18 car dealerships around the Maryland and surrounding areas. And so I got the opportunity to go speak to them, which was super fun. It was spring. So spring up in Baltimore is a little bit warmer, which was great. But not, nothing crazy warm, but it was a little bit warmer. So we got to do that last week. Also last week, in line with our 800% events, there's something that we're doing around here. We're calling it the 800% Teenager Entrepreneurship lab. And so we have been working with these 14 high school students on teaching them all things business, everything about business. And my friend Rob Ruth came out. Mr. Rob Ruth came out he lives in Florida, but he's got dealerships in Pennsylvania. And so Rob Ruth came out and he taught the kids. We had brunch with some of the kids, which was super nice. And then he taught the kids. He also did a TikTok video over on 800% Life Instagram account. He did a TikTok dance with Savannah, which was super fun. So shout out to Mr. Rob Ruth. I appreciate you coming out. So far, the kids have had the opportunity to learn from myself as well as Evan Walters. They've had the opportunity to learn from Rob Ruth, and then they had the opportunity to learn from Katie Mayers, which for some reason her picture just disappeared from my screen. I had it, but they got to learn from Katie Mayers. And moving forward over the next few weeks, they're going to have the opportunity to learn from Miss Liza Myers-Borchis, which I greatly appreciate. They're going to be able to learn from Miss Heather Parody, which is super cool. Heather's going to come out and pour into the kids. They're going to get to learn from Mr. Adam Marburger. We got that coming up as well. The kids are going to learn from him. They're going to learn from Mr. Paul Daly. Paul Daly's coming out to pour into the kids as well. We've got my guys, Fred and Lou. They're going to be coming out to pour into the kids. And Danelle Delgado is trying to make it work. She's got a really busy schedule. I'm not sure she's going to be able to make it out this time. But it's just so super cool. So we did that last week, which was super fun. Rob Ruth really poured into them. It was just great. And those kids are on spring break this week, so we actually don't have any class this week. Also got a chance to go to the movie, got to go see Hoppers with my kids. I also got to see The Goat again for the third time. Got to go see The Goat with Fisher. He hadn't seen it yet, but I got to go see Hoppers with the rest of the kids, which was super fun. I have worked out every single day this year to a sweat intensely. I have had intense workouts every single day. Didn't miss a single workout, even though my times changed and so on and so forth. We stayed on the workout train, which was great. I will say I have worked out every single day in the year 2026, and I weigh the exact same amount that I weighed on January 1st, the day that I started. Now, my body is starting to be shaped differently. My clothes are fitting differently, so on and so forth. But I do weigh the exact same weight. Just wanted to share that with you. Also, started to do some spring cleaning. So I took in all the quads. We have some quads and dirt bikes and stuff. I took those all into the shop so they can get freshened up and ready to go. While we were there, Fisher and Meredith got to pop into one of those little slingshot things, and that was super fun. The family's been basically together all week. My wife's been doing a lot of stuff around the house, but it's been nice having kind of no activities. And we had one soccer game, but outside of that, we kind of had no activities. My family also takes a Sabbath week, so they shut things down from school because they're homeschooled. And then last night, we had a bunch of family over, and we celebrated Joel's 14th birthday. His birthday was actually a week ago, but we celebrated his birthday. All of these things happened in the last week, and I got to tell you, because so many things tend to happen this time of year, I am a fan of spring. I really am. I'm a fan of spring. I'm a fan of new life. I love the heat because I'm not a cold person. I'm a fan of green grass that pops up all around here. I'm a fan of the hope and potential that is locked in with spring. Like for me, it's always invigorating. It's always refreshing. I don't know about you. Drop it in the chat if you like spring. For me, spring is all about unlocking what was lying dormant just below the surface. And here's what I mean by that. Like we all know in the summer, the bugs are going to come out and so on and so forth. But where were they all winter, right? And in a lot of cases, they were just below the surface. Maybe they were eggs just below the surface, or they were kind of hibernating just below the surface, whatever it is, right? They were just below the surface. And in spring, like, it just, whatever was lying dormant comes out, right? Many of us as humans kind of locking ourselves away for the winter. It's cold, especially in northern parts of the country. But now it's like, okay, spring is here. What's been lying just below the surface? It's time to bring it out. So I think if I had to sum it up in one word, if you were like, Glenn, sum up spring in one word, I think I would sum it up with this one word, like spring has, like if I had to use one word, it would be potential. Which I think you, me, all of us were put on this planet to become the best versions of ourselves that we could possibly be, right? So in order to become the best versions of ourselves that we could possibly be, so we can go out and make a positive impact in other people's lives, we have to unlock our full potential. And so I think there's something that deeply resonates with this season that has so much potential, and then you and I unlocking our potential. Now, I will share a quick little psyops for you, for those of you that are conspiracy theory fans or like to question the system. I've done a lot of history and research on our calendar. I don't know if you've ever thought about the calendar. Just think about it. Like, who decided when January 1st is January 1st? Who decided what months go in what way? Who decided the timeline that we all live on every single day? And interestingly enough, if you go back far enough, you'll find that there was basically two different primary calendars that were in use many, many, many years ago. This calendar that you can see on the screen here, for those of you that are watching the show, this calendar shows a 13-month calendar. You can't see all of it in this shot, but it's a 13-month calendar. It's a 13-month calendar where every month has 28 days, just like moon cycles, just like the female cycles, right? Every cycle has 21 days. So what's interesting about this calendar is the 1st is a Sunday every month. The 8th is a Sunday every month. The 15th is a Sunday every month. The 22nd is a Sunday every month. And there's 13 months in here, including a month called Sol, S-O-L, which was a month in the middle of summer that pointed towards the sun. Now, there was also a Roman calendar in place for many years. And the Roman calendar, interestingly enough, the Roman calendar actually started in March. March was the first month of the year. It was called Martimus. Then April was the second month of the year, and it's Aprilis. Then May was called Maius, and that was the third month of the year. Junson was the fourth month of the year. And then the fifth month, what we now call July, was actually called Quintium for 5. August was called, I can't read my own handwriting for some reason this zoomed in. But August, or I'm sorry, yeah. Did I do that right? Yeah. Yeah, I did that right. August had a name also that stood for 6. I can't read it. September was the 7th month. October, octo, which means 8, was the 8th month. November, nov, means 9. December, deca, means 10. December was the 10th month. And so in the Roman times, they really only had a 10-month calendar. It started in March. It ended in December. And then they ended up adding January and February, but they only had a 10-month calendar. And basically the 2 months a year, where it was cold and winter and snowy and all of those things, they just didn't even have time or date or names for those months. They just called it the season where nothing could be done. The season where nothing could be done. The 60 days of winter was the season where nothing could be done. The reason I share this with you is I think this matters. You see, it all matters because there's human history, right? There's decisions that were made throughout time. Somebody made a decision. We're gonna make the calendar go January 1st to December 31st. Somebody made the decision at some point. There was a vote and there was politics, and they decided there's going to be 31 days in a month, and there's going to be 30-day months, and then we're going to have 1 month with 28 days, so on and so forth, right? Somebody made these decisions, but I personally kind of align with the Roman calendar a little bit more myself, right? To where the year should start in March. I think the year should start in March when the sun starts to come out, where that potential that's lying below the surface can come out, versus starting the year in the middle of the season where nothing can be done. Interesting, right? It's interesting that our calendar now starts. It says, hey, new year, new you, but nothing can be done. It's cold outside. There's weather and you can't go. Versus new year, new you. The sun's coming out. It's time to unlock your full potential. It's interesting to me. It's just interesting. But here's what's interesting is somebody made a decision, and people make decisions, and historically decisions get made. But what you can do is you can change the calendar, but you can't necessarily change nature. You can make decisions on what we're going to do, how we're going to align, what we're going to believe, and so on and so forth. But there's this thing called nature, and it's a powerful force. And no human decision can control, condemn, or can stamp out human nature. You see, people can choose what the calendar says, but they can't choose to remove the Spirit. You see, folks, you and I, we are drawn to the sun. We are fueled by the sun. We are energized, healed, and inspired by the sun. You see, I believe spring break brings out our youthful spirit. Spring break is our opportunity to look in the mirror and go, hey, this isn't just a party. Though it's something to be celebrated, this is an opportunity for us to look in the mirror and go, hey, we might have some spring cleaning to do. This is an opportunity to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I said I was going to start some things in the dead of winter, but I didn't, because it's hard to do in a season where nothing can be done. But now here we are in spring, and this is my real opportunity. This is the opportunity for me to truly unlock my full potential. This is my opportunity to go out and do with this invigorated spirit, with the surge of the sun. So listen, this week we're going to dig into this a little bit more. We'll talk about spring break from different aspects and so on and so forth. But what I want to say to you today, day one, spring break week, I just want to say this to you. I believe without a shadow of a doubt that you and I are children of God, the God of the universe. the God who made everything, the God who many of us know as the Son. You've got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I think that there's a reason that those two words, the Son that invigorates, enlightens, opens, and unlocks, S-U-N, I think there's a reason that it sounds exactly the same as the Son, S-O-N, that unlocks, that enlightens, that invigorates, that energizes. There's a coalition there. And so I believe you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, and that this is our season to unlock that which lies dormant just beneath the surface. I don't know what it is, that thing that you've been holding back on a little bit, or that thing that you know you need to do, or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe it's the relationship you need to step into, or the relationship you're supposed to step out of. I don't know. Maybe it's the move that you need to make. Maybe it's the city you need to go to, or the city you need to get out of. I don't know. Maybe it's the stage you need to step on, the audience you need to speak to. Maybe it's the content that you need to drop. I don't know. Maybe it's the church you need to walk back into. Maybe it's the forgiveness and grace that you owe yourself or owe someone else. I don't know what's lying dormant for you just below the surface, but I do know that this is the season. And all it takes is a decision made. A decision made can completely transform the future. It can change a calendar. It can change when we think a year starts and when we think it stops. It can change how many days are in a month. It can change what we call the months themselves. One decision made today impacts generation after generation after generation. So I don't know exactly what it is for you, but my name's Glenn. I'm your friend. I love you, and I am passionately, with all of my heart, challenging you to step into that which you know will unlock your full potential. Does that sound fair? All right, friends, have a great day. I love you so much. I do. If nobody's told you yet today, let me be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. Let's go out. Let's get it. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back in routine. Let's go. Excited to have a big week. All right. See you tomorrow. Peace.